Welcome back to Let's Play Knights of the Old Republic with me, Get Daved. So, fixed the little texture problem, now we can't see through Bastila. That was silly. And let's talk to her.
What happened after you crashed on Taurus? I'm curious as to what you and Koth were doing before we all joined forces.
Looking for you?
I managed to free myself, as I recall. In fact, if I hadn't been there, Brejik and his thugs might have killed you in that fight. It's probably more accurate to say that I rescued you. I'll admit that I probably wouldn't have been able to free myself if not for the brawl after the swoop race. I guess I should thank you for that, at least. Actually, your presence at the swoop track is what I'm curious about. It couldn't have been an easy task to find me there, yet somehow you managed. You also avoided detection.
Maybe I'm
by the
force
Sith,
sensitive.
discovered I was a Vulcan prisoner, gained sponsorship for the race,
Or
and
really
became
competent.
the Taurus swoop champion. That's quite a resume.
Impressed?
Yes, well, I hardly consider myself a damsel in distress. I'm a member of the Jedi Order, after all. But I won't deny you've impressed me with what you've done. When you were chosen to join this mission, I doubt any of us expected this much from you. The Jedi could have done such things, of course, but only by drawing heavily upon the Force.
Yeah.
Perhaps, but the Force works through all of us to some degree or another. There are some individuals outside the Jedi Order that we consider Force-sensitive. It's obvious to me that the Force has been working through you. There is no other explanation for your great success. Though I'm not certain what to make of this discovery. Perhaps if you weren't... well, if you were younger, the Jedi might take you for training. But as it is...
It seems like a bad policy to only take young people, because, like, I feel like adults would want to pursue the power, and they've kind of... You know, it turns into sort of like a craving for more power. I feel like you'd want to put them in a controlled setting.
I'm sorry. I've overstepped my authority. I'm speaking of things that are best left to the Jedi Council. For now, let's just accept the fact that you're gifted. Hopefully, between your abilities, my Jedi training, and the skills of our companions, we can find a way off this planet.
Yeah, that seems like a good thing to hope for. I want us to die here. Okay, so we're just going to have to head south, check that out. I'm just going to check the old log real quick. Oh good, everybody I don't like gets their own entry. Although Karth was kind of being cool there when he was yelling at Bastila, so maybe all he needs is someone else who's kind of like lame, and then he's like, maybe he can see that it's lame when it's in someone else, and then he's like, oh no, we shouldn't do that at all. So we're kind of getting near the end of Terrace. We've got 2 areas left to check out. There you are.
I saw you in the swoop race. Very impressive. You seem like you know how to get results. That's just the kind of person I'm looking for. My name's Canderous Ordo. I work for Davik Kang in the Exchange. The hours aren't great, but they promised me a fortune to work for them. And I have nothing better to do. Mandalorian mercs like me are in high demand.
Yeah, but
lately,
what?
Davik hasn't been paying me what he promised. I don't like getting cheated. So I figure it's time for me to break the Sith quarantine and get off this backwater planet. I've got a plan to escape Taurus, but I can't do it alone. I need someone I know can get the job done to help me. That's where you come in.
You don't need to ally yourself with this person. We should move on while we can.
I ain't talking to you. I'm talking to your friend, aren't I?
I like
saw you win that
Canderous.
swoop race and started thinking, anyone crazy enough to race like that is probably crazy enough to break into the Sith military base. I need someone to steal the Sith launch codes from the base. Without those codes, any ship leaving the atmosphere will be disintegrated by the Sith fleet's automated defense guns.
You can just picture what he was like in high school, eh?
Here's the deal. You bring me those launch codes, and I can provide the vehicle to get us off the planet. Davik's flagship, the Ebon Hawk.
Deal.
Not yet. First you bring me the launch codes. Then I'll tell you the rest of my plan. Getting in won't be easy. The Sith Base is protected by an encrypted security system. It would take a top-of-the-line astromech droid to slice through it. Lucky for you, I know just the place to get a droid like that.
My own
Davik was having one
R2-D2.
custom built by Janice Nall. Just tell her Canderous sent you, and she'll sell you the droid. Then you can use it to get the launch codes from the Sith Base. Normally I'd do this myself, but everyone knows who I work for. If I broke into the Sith Base, they'd send an army down on Davik's estate to get those codes back. That's why I need you.
I feel like marching in with Bastila is a bad idea.
I don't sense any deception from him, which is surprising. This may be exactly what we need.
I'm going to wait in Javiyar's cantina. You come and find me when you've got those launch codes, and I'll make sure we both get off this rock.
Alright. So, time for us to get T3M4, and then we can head into the Sith base. And I believe droids... Oh, no. We're gonna have to go to the other section of the upper city. That way we can walk more. Incidentally, we picked up 2,000 credits a little while ago. We're about to lose it. That is basically putting the games to finance T3M4.
Yes?
You know what? What am I doing walking at normal speed? Oh, I don't like this. I do not like that one bit. Yeah, we were getting a little bit of blur from the 4 speed, unfortunately, which makes me unhappy. Probably shouldn't flourish a lightsaber while I'm running around a Sith-occupied planet. And unfortunately the 4 speed is worn off already. Eventually you'll get to the point where it always kind of works.
Hey, Bastila.
Oh.
You ever use the Force just for fun? You know, a little jolt to the Force to trip up some jerk who's ticking you off?
I would never use the Force for such petty and trivial revenge.
Yeah, you would.
Come on. There's gotta be times when you thought about it. Don't be so stuck up. You can tell me.
I am not stuck up.
Yeah, you are.
I merely have the years of training to give me the wisdom and understanding to see how childish such an act would be.
Childish? Is that a crack about my age? You ain't much older than me, Miss High and Mighty. Just 'cause you're some Jedi doesn't mean you can be a prissy little... What the... Hey, that wasn't funny.
I have no idea what you're talking about, Mission. Come now, we have to get going. Please, do try to be less clumsy in the future.
I don't know if I'm supposed to think that was funny, but... Man, Bastila, if the entire war effort did not hinge on you, I swear... And by the way, I've played Knights of the Old Republic too. Like, everyone can do battle meditation.
Yes?
Yes, your party members manage to keep up if you're doing 4 speed, so that's nice.
Jishawa anibong kasha jonasi ichtanga boksha nong hin kunshi mokau danya foki chachiska to punta kakaspaka kavadumpa kapalia monapata bonanakachu yin kin kun watawamamuliri.
It was worth it.
No bamule raji.
And again, now she won't work with Davik anymore. I see this as a best case scenario. Yeah, dark side points. Because I'm such a bad guy. I threatened someone. I don't see how the Jedi mind trick is somehow so much better than that. Maybe I'm just rationalizing because I just stole something now. And by the way, kids, don't do piracy. But, seriously here. Star Wars perfectly is okay with the Jedi mind trick, but all of a sudden I raise my voice a bit too much, imply that I'm gonna hurt her. All of a sudden, I'm the bad guy. So, demolitions, yeah, demolitions is a good extra choice for T3M4. He's actually got quite a bit of HP. Tough little guy. His defense isn't spectacular, but it's pretty good. And now he can dual wield pretty good. Actually, T3M4 is a really valuable party member, all things considered. And now he can use more advanced stuff too. There's 3 levels to droid equipment. Most of it's pretty cheap, but actually, you know what? Yeah, he can only use blaster pistols. I was thinking about trying to give him Zalbar's bowcaster. Let's go, T3M4. There's a mod to give him R2-D2 coloring. It's actually not a bad mod. Maybe I'll throw it in there. All you gotta do is import the skin, so it's pretty quick and easy to do too. Well, actually, sure. Honestly, if you're into modding at all, or, you know, any of that stuff, KotOR is a really easy game to mod, and there's a lot of really good tools, and yeah, if you own Photoshop or whatever, crack it open and take a chance at, or try your luck at modding some skins. You can use KotOR tool to extract the original, so you wouldn't have to repaint all of his skin. You could just, you know, figure out what parts of it were mapped to which parts of his polygon model. Make him look like R2-D2 yourself. But honestly, it's a game where everything's silver, and he's silvery gray, and, well, he should look like R2.
Kipuna na bon sha, kakin cha na kwat na bon kon, wana.
That's right, I don't.
Hakuchi krala bolaji chok, shantan. Bona na kachu.
See, again, I think the dark side choice is a really bad idea. Like, killing someone in the lobby? Now everyone's gonna know. Like, you can't explain your way out of that body. I think you want to put off your first kill as long as possible. Again, that's just my take on it, but let's quick save and start opening some doors. Uh-oh. I'm gonna actually go ahead to this technician because he's chucking grenades, and I do not like having grenades chucked at me. It's a gross double standard, I know, but I do not like it one bit. I actually think we can do some pretty good stuff with this reception terminal, so let's check it out real quick. T3M4 is super smart, so he's really good at computer stuff. He's got a +5 intelligence modifier, which, as you know, is very impressive. Yeah, let's overload a power conduit. You get the full experience points for killing the soldiers and an additional boost for actually overloading the power conduit. Remember, never blow up a terminal you're on. I think the control center is a pretty cool looking room. I'm going to take the turrets offline, just because that often leads to serious trouble.
Yes?
Yes?
We'll call it at that. Ooh, human remains. Alright, I'll bite. What's on the datapad? Interesting. So maybe we can cause some shenanigans with the elevator to mess up the droid's shields. I don't understand how it works, but again, Star Wars has always been science fantasy. As opposed to science fiction, where they, you know, try to make there be some sort of scientific relationship between things. Star Wars is essentially Greek mythology in outer space. Some more gear for T3M4. The computer probe's kind of nice. I may toss that on him. Nope, no, don't do that. He's got a ton of stuff that really increases skills. The armor he already had. You can sell it for an okay rate though, so it's always something you can consider doing.
What can I do?
One other thing worth noting, T3M4 does not get healed by
Yes?
force powers, which is why I often don't bring droids along. I don't serve their kind in my LPs. I am very surprised that nobody stepped on that line. You can also just have T3M4 for it. You can't get poisoned. Although I would think corrosion is a problem. You repair yours. Oh no, not the... Okay. We're gonna switch off
What
advanced
can I do?
repair kit.
Sure.
Suppose it won't matter in the end, but... Well then, disarm it. Forget if I looted this one. I got distracted. Yes, okay. Just a security terminal, but I believe we've already... Yeah. We had access to all of
I'm
those
here.
commands up at the reception desk, so
What?
it's a non-issue hacking that one. So lots of doors coming off of this room. Again, I like to exhaust the dead ends first. It looks like the elevator's over here, so I should clear out the left side first in this case. Oh. Looks like they succeeded. Problems like this tend to have fairly simple solutions, actually. Okay. Red, good, green, bad. So... if I were to flip this one, and then this one, and then that one, they're all off. There we go. And now it's like that threat I made to that droid salesman never happened. Yeah. I normally stick to the light side of the Force, but again, sometimes it's just not practical. Which is the real Jedi attitude. No, I believe I already complained about this, but I actually find, like, you find a neutral Jedi character in this game, Jolee Bindo. He's pretty cool. He seems like the most righteous of the lot in my mind. He's got not the most simple understanding of morality, but I mean, doing the right thing often isn't simple, and it's often... Uh-oh.
You cannot win.
Yeah, I guess that already...
So be it.
Anyway, it's often not a terribly simple thing.